Welcome to Spotlight. I'm Anne Hodgson. Our topic today are mobile manners, and I've got 10 rules for you. Rule number 1, when you make a phone call, make sure that the person you're calling is ready for your call. And so ask him or her, am I calling at a good time? A second rule, which I think is pretty important, is not to speak too loudly. Speak softly. You can always say, could you speak up a bit to the other person? Rule number 3 is you should really listen actively. And if the other person asks you to do something, you can respond, will do. Rule number 4, when you are in a public space, make sure that you realize that other people need their personal space, so don't invade it. And then frankly, I think it's pretty important to choose a good location in general. I once got this phone call and I could swear I heard the toilet flushing in the background. Where did you say you were calling from? I think when you're making a business call, you might drop some names and you need to keep your business private. So think about that. Think who could be listening in, and perhaps you want to go back to the office. And if you're going to have a row with someone on the phone, could you please do that someplace else? This is a public space, so keep it really pleasant. Something that's really important is to turn your phone off in public. If you're going to a meeting, if you're in a church, if you're at a concert, and if you're running the meeting, you might remind people, would you mind switching off your phone? Many of you might be very good at multitasking, but I'm not. And many people aren't. And it's very, very unpleasant if you're on the phone and somebody says to you, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't catch that. I was checking my email. So no multitasking on the mobile phone. All right, and one last rule. If you're in the car, drive safely. Your attention is not 100% if you're on the phone. So decide whether you're driving or you're phoning. Hands-free telephones are fine. But if it's too complicated, pull over to the side of the road and finish your conversation. That's it. 10 rules for mobile manners.